Hey guys, welcome back to Kumasao Reviews. We're taking a look at the Bandai Tamashii metal build. Double O Gundam. This is a Double O Razor actually. And this is the designer blue version. So that's going to be this one on the right here. What I have next to it is the Double O Gundam that comes with the Double O 7 Sword / G pack. So I've got it in the regular Double O Gundam form. So you can see a direct comparison. So as you can see, the tampos on these two are different. So if you look at let's zoom in a bit. The shoulders here and here. So there are differences between the two. It's not just the purple and the camo paint job there. It's the tampos as well. And when it comes to the Double O Gundam design, I don't think that two metal builds have been the same. From the first 007 sword to the Razor 2-pack, that was it like a Tamashii web exclusive, I think that was like 2015 or something like that, to the 7 sword, to this, and I'm not sure about the what is it, the Trans Am version. I've never had that one in hand, but I believe with all of the rest of them so far, all of the tampos have been different. So, looking at the accessories for it, this one comes with a specialized stand. Not that the stand itself does anything differently, but the fact that you see it's that purple design. Alright, and of course there's Riser, which we'll go over as well. Alright, and his accessories, move the camera up a bit so you can see. So it comes with a variety of sword slash blasters, the 2 shoulder blades that also clip onto his forearms, that clip piece that lets the swords become a double-edged blade, as well as these 2 GN drives that let the Razor pieces attach to it. So we're going to go over the full combined mode and all that stuff as well as 2 other drives that let the Razor pieces attach as well. So again, direct comparison between it and at least one of the regular colored Double O pieces. Let's get this guy reviewed. Alright, so while I'm giving you a roundabout of this guy, just a heads up, I'm not going to do all the articulation and doodads because this is not only the 1/1,000,000th metal build that we've reviewed on this site, but also iterations like the 7 sword / G that I just showed you, as well as the previous Double O Razor pack. We've went over this thing in depth. This is a color change, not anything different in the frame, engineering, things like that. So, like I said, we're just going over pretty much the differences, what it comes with, things like that. So, getting this guy gussied up. Oh, wrong side. Alright, so that clips in. Peg's right here. That clips in. So this doesn't have weapons equivalent to the 7 sword, because even though they're both formed from the Double O Gundam as a base, they have different weapons packs. So clip these guys. And it's cool. I like that even stuff like the shields, blades, they have the camo deco as well. And it's done in such a geometric way that it almost looks like that, I guess, cartoon styled paint jobs that you see a lot of people doing with the anime shadows and stuff like that. So I'm not saying that's what it is. It's definitely more of a urban camo type thing, but it's a different take. Alright. So, okay. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 blades, where the 7 sword obviously has 7. And you can't forget those swords as well. Alright, so let's take a look at some of these weapons in actual action. Alright, so these are dual function. Actually, try to... Well. That's what happens when you do it upside down. Jeez, that's my bad. Alright, so there's that. And then this, I'm pretty sure goes into, yep, into the arm there. Okay. And on the flip side, it could also be held as a sword. Some pretty cool stuff with those two weapons. Alright. Just taking a look at his beam sabers here. Just unpeg. Unpeg. And these are nice and snug to their credit. And they're not side specific. Yep. Alright. The peg holes aren't just plain round holes, so they're a T-shape. So make sure that you're pegging these in correctly. Alright, so the last thing from the normal armaments, you can take these. They have another peg. You can attach them on each arm like so. Or extend, connect, and then it's still the connection. You could either do top, bottom, but I wish there was another peg kind of in the middle so that it could be centered, but there you go. Personally, I like them either on the shoulders or halves underneath each arm. So taking a quick look at the riser here. One thing that I did not notice on the older riser I'm sure it has the same feature, this is just a recolor. But I didn't realize that it had this functionality here. You can give it kind of a boost mode. On these, as per normal, can extend. So overall, pretty cool stuff. Now, the nice thing about this stand, for a generic stand, this thing is pretty great. So, it has a swivel here, swivel there as well, and then side-to-side rocking as well. You gotta make sure it's balanced before you just let her loose, but yeah, pretty cool stuff. Alright, so we'll start getting this thing prepared for the combination. Alright, so this unclips, and then if you still want to go ahead and, because you're using that as a weapon, of course. Alright, and after a little bit of goofing, it pops right in and it snaps in, but you just gotta find the right spot to snap that in. So, there's that. Alright, so getting this guy combined into the double O razor form, you're gonna notice the background is different, less boxes and stuff like that. It's because I'm re-recording this. I thought I had recorded the combination sequence previously. It looks like I pressed a button and stopped the recording. It was like a second long for that part, so my bad, but getting this recorded to make a complete video, but just wanted to explain why everything looks desolate in the background. So, alright, pretty simple stuff. Just going to start by taking off the wings. They pop right off. Now you have your choice. You could go with the regular cockpit cover or the drone look, pilotless. Now I'm going to zoom in because this is pretty important. When you put on either cover, do this part first. And then just press down on the back, really easy. And to separate it, you just pry right there. You see that little slit, and boom. The reason I say front first instead of the reverse is because the front doesn't really have any give to it. So when you do the front first, hook it under, the back presses in super smooth. And the other way risk breaking that latch. So with this part, has two brakes. First brake. Zoom out a little bit. First brake. Second brake. Alright. There are two latches right here. You want those up. Okay. Pretty straightforward stuff. Get all this stuff out of the way. Now on him, well, I'm not dropping stuff. If we go up, you see this hole right here? It's normally covered by that piece there. Pretty blatant. And all versions of the 00 Gundam have that cover, so it pops right off in case you want to interchange parts and things like that. They're all very modular. Same basic mold. So, alright. Plugging that in. And then these two latch pieces, just pressing those down. I've already got the GN drives. Like I said, this was already transformed on my shelf when I realized, hey, I don't have a recording. So just replace them with these. They just literally pop in and pop out. And then the wing parts slide on up. And before I slide the other one up, just going to get his weapon attached here. Have him hold the handle. And it's not necessarily finicky, but I've noticed sometimes it's easier just to take the hand off and put on the weapon first, but right there it's fine. So make sure that that's secure right there. And then there's a peg that goes into that peg that we looked at those blades clipping into. Try to find that, and boom. Now one thing I wish they'd improved over the years is how well these swords on the side can secure, maybe figure out a different way or something like that, but it's what it is. It's not bad, it's just not as good as it should be. Alright, and then for this, slide it on up, locks into place. And one thing to note about these, they can rotate back. Outside of that, there's not a lot of just play and options and stuff like that, but it's really cool. Alright, get him stood up and pretty. And I think it goes without saying, but note that this is back heavy when you've got it all put together, so balance him accordingly. But just plain good stuff. And in terms of how to attach him to the stand, it's right there on his backside. Had to find it. Peg. And then stand. And boom, pretty straightforward stuff. Alright, and finishing up this review, man, it's a good recolor. It's not one that I'd say go ahead and get if it's your only 00 Gundam, particularly your only riser. It really accentuates an existing 00 Gundam collection, but it's just the color, the purple color of it, it's not one that I'd have as a standalone piece, you know? Unless you're just not a 00 collector, like that kind of thing. But it's good. It's good. Tamashii really knocked it out with this exclusive. It's an awesome recolor, like not just the fact that it is the purple, but like the camo and things like that. It's really well done and really eye-catching as well. Like I said, it just doesn't really represent it at its best. You know, I can't do repaints without having the original version. That's just me. I don't know if anybody else is like that. Chime in the comments, of course, and let me know what you think of that. But yeah, here it is. And, you know, let me know what you guys think of this in general. Anyway, the gallery will be up on kumastyle.com in no time. Thank you all very much for your support, and I'll see you next review.